There we have it, people. It has finished 5-1, Arsenal versus Bolton. It was a very wet night. I'm absolutely soaked. You can just about see how wet it is out here tonight. It's been absolutely smashing it down in the last hour, but it was a smashing performance. Arsenal very, very easy tonight. Absolutely breezed it. There wasn't really any part of that game that we didn't look dominant. I thought going forward we were terrific tonight, and it was great to actually see the team line up with a few different names and the squad with a few different names as well. I think we've had such a tough couple of weeks with obviously going to Villa Park, Tottenham away, Manchester City away, Atlanta away, and actually tonight it was a bit of a relief. It was time to actually rest up, it was time to actually rotate, and we did so. And actually the players that needed to play played tonight. You know, I expected to see Gabriel Jesus, I expected to see Sterling, I wanted to see even Nwaneri, and I'll come on to some of those individual performances as well as the actual team itself. Look, for me it was a team performance, but actually when you look at what we had out there, there was a lot of new faces tonight. I think Mikel Arteta rotated, but perhaps he rotated a little bit more than I expected him to. I didn't expect to see Saka starting. A lot of people told me that he would. Obviously he only played a half of football at the weekend, so he was fit enough to play and start the game. Saka always starts, doesn't he? Let's be real. He starts every game of football. I looked at the team news, and first of all you've got to say big up to 16-year-old Jack Porter. He is a goalkeeper that I knew nothing about. Literally turned 16 in July. It's incredible. Really tall, commanding, but if I'm honest with you, I just wanted to see him get through it, and he did. He got through it. It was a shame he didn't keep a clean sheet. It's actually quite a mistake from Lewis Skelly. Actually, he was pushing forward, should have actually had a shot, ended up leaving himself vulnerable down that side, and then all of a sudden they were through. And Aaron Collins puts it in, who, by the way, is a very talented player for Bolton and probably one of their better players from what I hear. Lewis Skelly starting was not a problem for me though. I thought he played well, he looks comfortable on the ball, and it was fair play. Calafiori, apart from a dodgy pass in the first couple of minutes, I thought looked really calm and collective on the ball, and it didn't surprise me seeing him start, if I'm honest with you. Thought he was really good. Josh Nichols, take a bow, son. He didn't really have a fantastic game, but he got through it and did everything right. Everything that come his way was pretty good. Couple of loose passes, but nothing to really, you know, put us under too much pressure. I thought his relationship with Saka looked pretty good. Thought Saka helps him quite well. Looked like he had enough confidence to go into the game. So I was really impressed with his performance, I've got to say that. Centre halves, yeah, look, Kivior was solid. Anything that come near him, he dealt with. I haven't seen Kivior play for a long time, to be fair. Not 90 minutes anyway. So it's important that he got 90 minutes under his belt tonight, and that's exactly what he did. So big up to Jacob Kivior, because when he was asked anything defensively of him, he sorted it out. Look, in the middle of midfield, Jorginho and Rice, I expected to see them too, if I'm honest with you. Rice has obviously just come back from suspension. Jorginho didn't play at the weekend. Jorginho was really good, and Rice was even better. In the first half, I was really impressed with him. Thought he was phenomenal, and every time that he got on the ball, it looked like he was going to make something happen going forward. It's something that I've questioned Declan Rice in that 8 position, saying, is he an 8 or a 6? Now, I do believe that he is a 6. But actually going forward, I look at Declan Rice and I think, yeah, do you know what? There are attributes to your game that I really like when you drive forward. And perhaps we're going to see now against the Leicester oppositions, the Boltons, and perhaps some of the other teams we might draw in these cup competitions, some of his strengths going forward, I think might come to fruition with Declan Rice. So I have to say big up and fair play to him. Then we move to the front three. I've got to be honest with you, I thought Raheem Sterling was really bad in the first half. Nothing really come off for him. He was giving the ball away, wasn't strong enough on the ball. Nothing was really coming off. I wasn't really impressed by his performance until the second half, where he did actually turn it on and upped his game. Then we look at Bukayo Saka and Jesus, who worked tirelessly as ever. Jesus was one of the best players on the pitch, on the ball. I thought he was really clever, particularly in the second half. There was times he was so silky, taking it round players for fun. And I think with that press and that drive, you've always got a chance of something happening with him in your side, for sure. There's no doubt. And I think you just got to look at the performance and say that it was solid, and say that it's what we'd expect. I don't think there was anything tonight that I didn't expect. I would have liked to have beaten Bolton Wanderers very comfortably, and that is exactly what we did. I've got to say big up to the goals, because I thought all of them were terrific. It's great to see Rice on the score sheet. It's great to see Ethan Nwaneri playing, who I'll come back to in a minute, getting on the score sheet with a couple of goals. Obviously, Raheem Sterling with the tap-in, Kai Havertz with the tap-in, and we get 5-1 on the score sheet, and we move into the next round. We'll find out who we get in the next round, and we'll move forward. Listen, it's a good result tonight. We just needed to blitz them. No defensive football, no 10 men behind the ball, no 10 men on the pitch. It was beautiful tonight. And do you know what I liked more about anything? No VAR. Every time a goal went in, I knew it was a goal. Anytime an offside went up, fair play, it was offside, we carried on with a goal. I've actually got no time for VAR. I forgot how good it was playing football without VAR. I've got to say it, guys. It was enjoyable tonight. It was a bit wet. It was a little bit dead in parts, but let's be real. It was an easy performance and one that we all expected. So I'm really impressed with the boys tonight. But I think the player we have to mention is Nwaneri. I was really impressed every single time he got the ball. He looked a threat. He looked like he was trying. He looked confident on the ball. It looked like he'd been part of that team for a long time. It wasn't any part of the game or part of his play that I thought you need to improve on that. He is going to get better and better with game time. I actually think we've got somebody pretty special here. I've seen some top players, Emil Smith-Rowe, Joe Willock, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, Maitland-Niles. I think he looks better than they did when they first broke out on the scene. I think Nwaneri is going to make it at Arsenal, I really do. Whether it be in a Saka role, I'm not so sure. Whether he's going to be our Phil Foden, I'm not so sure. But I tell you what, he will be as part of the squad. He's ready this season. I look at him and Lewis Skelly and they just look ready. They look hungry. They look like they want to get on the ball. And I was really impressed with both of them tonight. I've got to say, really impressed with them. So, look, we're in a position at the moment where we just got to get through these next few games. We've got nice games at the Emirates. We need to make it a fortress. We've only got Bournemouth away in the month of October. That means we've got to go and make the Emirates a fortress. We've got to have PSG and Shakhtar Donetsk to play in the Champions League at the Emirates. But we're also in a position where we can play Southampton and Leicester here as well. That means there's only really Bournemouth that we look at in the whole month of October who's going to be away. And I actually think the Liverpool game is at home as well. If you remember, we got them on the 27th of October. So it's going to be get used to the Emirates, people. The away games are done. The hard fixtures are over. We can have a little bit of a breather now. Look forward to the weekend, which is going to be a tough game at home to Leicester, who at the moment you don't know what you're going to get with them. We move on to that. We've rested the right players. I think he brought the right players on. I understand why he brought Gabriel, Havertz and the guys on. But also I look at the youngsters that come on and got their debuts today. Maldini. I know he's a centre-back. I hope he's half as good as Maldini. I'll be happy. But actually today I was impressed. It didn't really matter to me who was coming on at the end. 5-1, easy. I think we could have scored more, if I'm honest with you. I think the players that needed to get on the score sheet tonight were actually Jesus and Martinelli, and it was a shame that they didn't, but it was also good to see how involved they were and how they contributed. I was really impressed with that. I must say lastly, this League Cup, I want to win it, guys. I want to win it. I don't want to be in this competition anymore and just play the kids throughout. Go out to a team that we don't expect to lose to and then just go, it don't matter, shrug it off and go on to the next Premier League game. I want to be in this competition to win it. I think that we can win it. I think that we should take it seriously. Manchester City and Chelsea have won Premier League titles, and when they've won Premier League titles, the majority of the time, they've either won or taken seriously the League Cup. When they win that League Cup, winning breeds confidence, people. We win this League Cup, we go into the Premier League title with more confidence than we would with a trophy. When you have won something already, this team understands what it's like to win something. It's hungry, it needs to be moved forward into winning stuff consistently, and we can talk about that in the future. But for me, I don't care if we only win the League Cup and title challenge, we've won a trophy. For me, we're moving forward. It's about winning now, it's about lifting silverware. Will it be enough to be convinced that Arteta's are great? Absolutely not. Will it be enough to be convinced that the project has worked? No. But we need to win trophies. And for me, the League Cup is just the start, and it's the first one that you can win. So we have to take it seriously. I don't want to be seeing any of the League Cup games where we are putting out kids against teams like Fulham away, or if we got a Everton or Forest away. I want to see us going seriously with it. Yes, we need to rotate. I don't mind playing Jesus and Sterling and Martinelli. Maybe Nwaneri is the one that you do start, but I don't want to see Maldini's and Josh Nichols and some of the other youngsters playing in those games. I don't mind them tonight against Bolton at home, but I want to be taking it seriously when we get Premiership opposition. So let's see who we get in the next round. I haven't looked at the results even. I've literally just come out of the stadium now. I've just had to sit down to do a fan cam. So let's see how serious we can take this competition. Because people that say this doesn't matter and it's just the energy drink cup, go and tell that to George Graham. Go and explain that to Martin Keown, Paul Merson, Tony Adams and Kevin Campbell, bless him. It's a serious trophy, and it's one that I want to win. 31 years without the League Cup is too long. Let's take it seriously, people. Big up, hit the like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.